This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle relationship reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies you may have been experiencing throughout the previous days, how you're feeling currently, and a sneak peek at the following week. So I'm not sure how you're feeling today. Please let me know in the comments, but I can't say that I'm feeling the greatest. And I believe that it's linked to the full moon energies, solar flares. There's a lot going on right now that feels very heavy. I actually have a bit of a headache. I'm tired, and again, that's really because of the full moon and what's going on in the energies. But I think it's very difficult for people right now. A lot of tension, struggling, impatience even. Very impatient. And I think that people are just wanting to know what's going to be happening, and I understand that. But when we start worrying about the who, what, when, where, why, and how, this is when we run into roadblocks. So some important things to note. Yes, full moon in Virgo happening on February 24th. And Virgo energy is, about order, being organized. But this moon is actually asking people to make boundaries, to understand the word no, to put themselves first. I mean, Virgo is goddess energy, and, we want to be in that goddess energy or God energy that says, I'm a divine being. I deserve the best of the best of the best. I have to protect my energy. Now, remember, there is a difference between protecting yourself with boundaries and putting up walls. We don't want walls up, okay? We want growth, we want evolution, and we want change. We don't want a fixed mindset. So this full moon in Virgo is going to be very interesting because it is the last full moon before the end of the astrological new year, right? Because the new astrological new year is Aries. So we're in Pisces season, so we're closing out the last year astrologically. It's also the last full moon before eclipse season, and eclipse season is chaotic, right? We have that very important solar eclipse happening on April 8th. We haven't had one like this since 2017, so I feel like so many things are coming back around. Now, Mercury has also moved into Pisces, and that's going to be an interesting placement because Mercury is not comfortable in Pisces. It's basically at its fall. It's a dreamy energy, and so that can get in the way of how we communicate. Now, I know that, Pisces season is very emotional and very deep and very intuitive, but I think that's why a lot of things are coming to the surface right now. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling. Let's take some overall themes and messages for this reading. And we have here divine self. Didn't I just say you're a divine being? Intuition, balance, connection, and spirit. Interesting. And it's showing orange. And orange is the sacral chakra and Venus, which is self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. And I talk about that all the time. The importance of feeling good in your own skin. Now, I wanted to take a moonology card here as well because it is a full moon. Let's kind of see what's going on here. Seek healing. Absolutely. The intention should always be to heal. We are lifelong learners. We learn by doing, experiencing, even making mistakes. But, I don't see it as mistakes. We have to learn from these moments that are not so easy and do better the next time and the next time, right? It's about growth. And let's see. The wood rabbit. Follow your curiosity. This is the thing. I think there's a bit of a dilemma. Whenever I say be careful with the who, what, when, where, why, and how, some may say, well, why can't I be curious? Why can't I want to know? There's a difference. If you're always in the when, Kelly, when will I be happy? When am I going to find love? When are they coming back? When, how's it going to happen? We want all the details. That's trying to control the outcome. Asking general questions about things, having a curiosity is not bad. You want to go through the inquiry process. You want to have various ideas, be open to different possibilities, research those possibilities, compile that data, and then come up with some sort of final something that gives us an answer or gives us some clarity. But curiosity is what leads us in different directions. We're doing an alchemist book talk right now. And this question kind of came up, about finding one's personal legend. If you're not sure about that term, you might want to Google it. But personal legend is basically like, what is your destiny? It's your responsibility to go towards your personal legend or to find your personal legend. And it's hard to do that sometimes when we are very particular about details, right? Or we're very regimented about things. And I think the difference is that we can try to control every detail, but if we're not open to the possibilities of going left or going right or whatever, then we're not going towards our destiny. We're just prolonging the process of getting to where we need to. That's why I always talk about fighting the shift. We have to be very careful that we're not fighting the shift in our life. The Wheel of Fortune and tarot is a shift. It's growth, it's expansion, it's good luck. But if we're fighting that shift, tooth and nail, we're doing everything possible to not change or to make it fit the way we want it. We're just prolonging the process to get to our personal legend or to our destiny. And I think that, we can talk about free will and destiny, like how does that work? I think we're meant to go where we're meant to go. It just depends on timing of how we get there. How much do we fight the shift? How much are we allowing ourselves to go with the flow, and letting things take us where we need to? I always give the analogy of a Roomba vacuum. What does a Roomba vacuum do? It spins around the room. Well, if it hits a wall, it just simply redirects itself. Like there's no question. It just goes in another direction and sees where it takes it. And I think that's always a really nice analogy for us as humans, that we can't possibly know every little detail. We can't possibly think that we can predict what's going to happen. I always say, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner in 2068. I don't know if I'm going to have pizza or pasta. I don't. How can I know? And how can anybody tell you that? But you have to be curious and take it step by step, and see where things take you. So again, I'm not sure how you're feeling today. Are any of you struggling with finding your personal legend or figuring out the direction in which you want to go? If that is the case, you have to just start with making a decision and seeing where it takes you. Good luck is bad luck. Bad luck is good luck. You have no way of knowing. Sometimes something is so great could be not so great. Something that isn't so great could actually be the best blessing that ever happened to you. You have no way of knowing until you truly put yourself out there. Okay? So we are going to take a look at the connection between you and your person. Now, this could be between you and your own masculine and feminine energies. It's totally up to you. But we're going to take a look at what's going on in your headspace, your person's headspace, your heart space, their heart space, overall energy and underlying energies. And of course, feel free to swap sides if it makes more sense. Now, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to be using the Before Tarot right now. These are the energies leading up to today. Now, it's been a tough week. I think many of you have been experiencing some tough energies, right? So let's see what's going on. Okay, in your headspace, the King of Swords. The King of Swords is all about being decisive, and this is what I said, just make a decision. Either way, whatever the topic, you've got to make a decision, right? And see where it leads you. And the Page of Wands, it's like you're getting ready to embark on something, but naturally there's fear. What if I make the wrong decision? What if this? What if that? Like you have no way of knowing. And again, there's the difference between asking questions as in like out of curiosity or asking the questions to try and predict what's happening. A theme that's been coming up in a lot of sessions with me lately, or readings for that matter, is predictive programming. So many people have predictive programming in their mind that say, well, they're not going to want to date me because of this, and this. I can't do this, or they won't want me if I can't, provide this, or it's never going to work out anyways. There's too much of an age difference. There's this, and everybody's predicting and speaking on other people's behalf. But that's just self-preservation. That's just trying to set yourself up for the fact that it may not go the way that you want it to. And you have to be very careful with predictive programming, because predictive programming means that if you're believing that, you're going to manifest it, because that's your core belief. And again, this comes down to what I've been saying a lot lately about, do your words match your energy? You can tell me whatever you want. You can say whatever words, but does your energy match it? Do you wholeheartedly believe what you're saying? Like if you're telling me, I don't know, like, Kelly, I love myself. Well, if your core belief isn't that you love yourself. You can say it a million times, you know? So you've got to be very careful about your energy. Your energy is precious, right? You want to build confidence. And I think that's also been a topic lately with a lot of sessions, and that is confidence. How do you build confidence? And I think people struggle with this because they don't know where to find it. Well, I say it all the time. You have to spark new energy. You know, the science in me says synapses in the brain, like creating new connections in your brain. And how do you get that? Learning, new experiences, new people, traveling, you know, putting yourself out there in new situations, you know, studying new books, taking a course, general interest. And by the way, these are things that don't have to cost money. You know, I hear people say, well, I need money in order to make change. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because you can watch free YouTube videos, you can read books online, you can read articles, you can do research, you know, with your phone. It all depends on your perspective. Again, another topic that's coming up lately is perspective. It all comes down to perspective. You know, I received a comment on a video recently that said, you know, there's an illusion of a reward if you surrender. And I disagree, you know, and I respectfully disagree. I think it all comes down to perspective and the type of work that we do. There doesn't always have to be pain. There doesn't always have to be suffering. It really depends on what you're holding on to, what is your perspective, and your willingness to grow, you know, or change that story. So let's take a look at what's going on in your person's headspace. Yeah, Four of Coins. Okay, so Four of Coins is a bit of holding back energy. Actually, here's a general question, and I think I've asked it a few times on live or in, you know, some sessions or Zoom classes that I've done. How many of you have felt the urge to actually pull back your energy a little bit from someone, you know, for whatever reason? Like you felt this need to just kind of like go within a little bit or let things be. Like maybe you noticed yourself leaning in a bit and then you kind of went, I better lean back, you know? And there is the Ten of Pentacles. I have a feeling that your person is holding back a little bit before the abundance. You know that feeling where like someone wants to give up before the finish line? And I'm not saying that your person's wanting to give up. It's not a matter of giving up. But it's the idea that like you're kind of holding back just before the payoff or before the end. In your heart space, you might be having some very vivid dreams, heavy dreams. I had some very heavy dreams last night and they weren't pleasant. They weren't nightmares. I don't really have nightmares, but I would say the energy was very heavy in my dream. You know, I dreamt of my grandmother actually, who passed away a few years ago. And you know my grandmother's stories. She was an interesting woman, but I have to say I was sort of struggling with her in my dream last night. And, you know, maybe those are things that are coming to the surface. Granted, she was a Pisces. Very interesting. I didn't think about that. She was a Pisces, so her birthday is coming up in a few days, and maybe that's something that's coming up for me that I have to think about. But the Seven of Cups is vivid dreams. It's also illusions. You got to be careful with Pisces energy because, you know, we marry potential, divorce reality. Pisces see the potential in people. They try to see all the good, but that doesn't mean that's how the situation really is. You know what I mean? So I would just say that this type of energy is kind of telling you that you have a decision to make. Like you've got to make a decision. And that's why that King of Swords is here. It's like you need to be more decisive. And there's the King of Pentacles. We get this card quite often. You know, look at, you have two King cards here, which is actually really nice because that's the idea of preparing for something really solid. You know, the King of Pentacles is the slowest energy in the deck. Most abundant in the long run, but slow. It's almost like tortoise in the hare kind of vibes, you know? And let's see what's going on in your person's heart space previously. King of Wands. Look at these King vibes. Interesting. And Ten of Pentacles. King of Wands is passion and purpose and forward motion. There's that rod. Well. Well, there is purpose and there's passion. They're getting ready. Sorry. Oh boy. Oh boy, Kelly. If you know, you know. My brain sometimes here. Okay. Now, overall energy is the Chariot, and the Chariot is about moving forward and victory. And the Three of Coins is about collaboration, working together, and going to the next level. And underlying energy here is the Queen of Swords, which is lovely because this is about making boundaries or like preparing to make some boundaries. And the Eight of Swords, yeah, I think some of you are struggling with the idea of making boundaries. Your person in your relationship or connection, whatever it may be. There's definitely something here that says we're preparing to be more decisive and clear. Now, granted, we do have counterparts here, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. And you know what's kind of funny about that is some of you may have heard or watched about the Mars and Venus conjunction. And that's really interesting because that's like a union of like masculine and feminine energies. And look at that. We have King and Queen of Swords, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And there's that kind of aqua vibe. So kind of interesting how that relates to a relationship reading like this, or a connection, deep soul connection kind of reading. So let's take a look at the current energies. What's going on here? Four of Cups. Sorry, I'm just laughing because my cat does this where like she looks at you right in the face and she knocks there's a little pill bottle for thyroid pills. My one cat has hyperthyroidism, and she just looks at me right in the face and just knocks that bottle right off, you know. They do it with such confidence. But the Four of Cups is an energy at times of overanalyzing something to the point where you miss out on an opportunity. Like, what are you overanalyzing right now? And with that, we have here the Page of Swords. See, somebody could be spying or observing, and it's on your side. So, I mean, are you watching somebody's social media? Are you obsessively thinking about them? You know, are you looking at old pictures, reading old conversations? Are you in the highlight reel? You know, I would just say to you that you got to be careful with that because that is chasing. Many people don't realize that is chasing. Chasing doesn't have to be literal, like I'm going to send somebody a message or I'm going to like reach out to you and this, that, whatever. It can be just even your own thoughts, you know, and how you're focusing your energy. If you're focusing your energy all the time on somebody else versus yourself, then that is, in fact, energetic chasing. Now, the Page of Swords can actually be about learning and studying. Maybe you're reading something or you wanting to better your knowledge. But it can also, again, encourage you to make a decision. And I'm seeing a lot of decision cards on your side. I feel like there is an important decision for you. Now, in your heart space, we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Let me ask you this respectfully. Are you feeling defensive? Do you have your back up a little bit? You know, the Seven of Wands can be like you're ready to stand up and fight, but you've really got to pick your battles wisely. I would just say, be very careful. And with that, we have here the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is healing. You need to heal that defensiveness or heal that, you know what it is? It's like fight mode. It's survival mode. It's that scrappy energy that says, I had to fight my whole life. I had to make things happen on my own. And I understand that, believe me. I've had to do a lot of things on my own too. I don't think people sometimes realize to the extent that I understand, you know, I have receipts from where I've been and what I've learned. I can assure you I've been through a lot in my own life too. We all have a story, and sometimes, yeah, we got to be scrappy and we got to find our way. However, there is a healing that needs to come from this as well. We can't be in fight or flight mode our whole lives or survival mode our whole lives because, you know, what choice do we have if we want to truly heal and find love and to be happy? We have to let go of the old story. But I think that's because we identify with that old story because it makes us who we are. And that's great. But at the same time, that's not who you are anymore. That's who you were. That's not who you are necessarily now. So I do think there is an element of healing here. Now, we've had 4, 4, 4. angels are with you. So you are divinely guided, you know? Okay, in your person's headspace, we have here the Seven of Swords. They're, interesting. Give me a second. I want to take this next card here. There you go again, Four of Pentacles. Like, it's like the universe is like I said what I said. There's some holding back here. And I actually, funny, again, all these fours. This could very well be holding back feelings. Oh, look at the camera shaking now. Wasn't shaking. Holy smokes. Hold on, let me see if I can stop it. Oh my. Look at, I'm not even touching it and you can see it moving. It must be like a confirmation. I think there's some holding back of feelings here until the time is right. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Look at that. It wasn't doing this moments ago. This happened last week too. I feel like sometimes it's the power of my voice when I'm speaking. But I think there's some holding back of some feelings here. Something's not being said. I mean, they could be deceptive about something if you feel that, but I don't know if I get a vibe of deception. Yeah, I don't, because I'll tell you why. There's that King of Pentacles. We had the King of Pentacles over here, and now here's the King of Pentacles saying, like, I'm abundant. I'm abundant. Like, this is in it for the long haul, long road. Not easy, but long road. And look, there's the Three of Pentacles. There's the upgrade to the current situation. Now we've got 3 threes. See the repeating cards? I just don't get the vibe of deception. I get the vibe that it's more like I'm holding back because I'm just not there yet. There's progress, but I'm just not there totally yet. It's coming. It's coming. Now, overall energy is the Nine of Cups. See, ask and you shall receive. The Hermit. That's why I asked you earlier, how many of you feel like you want to hermit yourself or you feel like you want to pull back a little bit? This is about searching your soul and trying to figure some things out. And look at 9 of Cups and the 9 card. 9 is a number of solitude, and it's also about being on the brink of major change. Now, underlying energy, we have the 7 of Pentacles. See, it's not happening overnight. You've been harvesting, like you've been planting the seeds and nurturing them. That's trusting the process, right? Not waiting on the who, what, when, where, why, and how. We're trying to figure out every detail because it's gonna get in your own way. But at the same time, this is saying I'm gonna water that seed and let it take its course. But that is a bit of worry and anxiety. If you are feeling a little bit of that energy, that's possible. Now look, we have 777 as well. And the Knight of Cups. See, there's love. It's coming. It's coming. Knight of Cups. It's coming. It's just not here yet. It's on its way. Okay. Let's take a look at the upcoming energies with the After Tarot. In your headspace, you're going to stop juggling. You're going to make your life more simple. It's telling you, simplify your life. Simplify your life and you will have more abundance. And look, there's death and rebirth, total transformation. And the sun here, the sun always rises. In your heart space, there's that Queen of Wands. We had the King of Wands earlier. There's the counter. Now we have counterparts. You know, King and Queen of Swords, King and Queen of Wands. That's really lovely, you know. This is like saying I'm confident. I'm sitting here on my throne. I got my cat here. You know, the Queen of Wands is significant because black cats would have been seen as sort of like, you know, that witchy vibe or that voodoo kind of feel where it's like she didn't care. She was like, I love my black cat and that's it. I don't care what you think about my kitty cat. You know what I mean? Is that kind of energy. And let's see. Yeah, there's the Chariot. We had the Chariot earlier. A lot of repeating cards. A lot of 7s as well, because the Chariot is a 7 card. Onwards and upwards in victory. It all just depends on if you're getting in your own way. That's all. And there's the 3 of Cups, celebration. You know what's interesting? 3 of Cups can be proposal. you know, engagement, celebration, party, wedding. And wow, there's the King of Cups. King of Cups. The emotions, but like handled well. Like this is somebody who's in tune with their emotions. Oh, look at that. I skipped. You know what's funny? It's like I just skipped the headspace. Like I went right to the heart. Like I wanted to get to the heart of the matter. Ooh. Wow. That tells me something. Like I just went right for the heart. Well, let's go back to the head. Interesting. This person is not feeling left out in the cold anymore or in negative thoughts. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Sorry, I'm giggling at myself here because look at these two. Look at these two. They have the whole world in their hands. They're about to embark on a really beautiful journey together. They're going to leave their comfort zones. And there's the rose. I was talking about roses this week. I love roses. I hate that they die so quickly though, but I love roses. Overall energy, the Magician, manifestation. You have all the tools. And you know, here's the thing about the Seven of Wands. We talked about the Seven of Wands earlier. You know, I said that you may be feeling a little bit defensive, but this card actually indicates like winning the fight, winning the battle. Could even be like with your own self, like as in, you know, you're stronger than that emotional pain body that's trying to pull you backwards. But this is a much more positive energy where it's like, I'm going to pick my battles wisely. I'm not going to be so defensive. I'm going to make some moves. Underlying energy, you can't make it up. 10 of Cups, ultimate wish fulfillment. And the Emperor, the King of Kings. We've been talking about the Emperor coming in. By the way, we also have 10-10. There's another 4 card. 7s and 4s. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even know what to say. Let's take one of these cards here just to kind of see what's going on with the journey. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. First light. You're beginning a new cycle. That's really lovely. Like really, really, really lovely. And you know what? I just want to take one last card for each side. That was kind of an overall for the two of you. But I want to take a Moonology card again, just for each side, to give some last guidance here. What do you need to release on your side? What do you need to let go of in order to have the new? And I think you know what that is. I mean, it could be about letting go of that fight or flight or that survival mode or that old identity, that old story. And on your person's side here, a win-win outcome is forecast. Everything is going to be a-okay. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. Thank you as always for your kindness, you know, your likes, your comments, your subscribes. It really means the world to me. So thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful new moon and a wonderful week ahead.